Hello and welcome back, friends. If you're new around here, I'm Big GATAH. If you came looking for the sharpest tennis bets, you're right where you belong. Right now, we're covering the Masters ATP Cincinnati. Made it all the way to round 4. So, put yourself in the comments. Let me see what you guys got going on for tomorrow. And keep your eyes peeled for my pinned comment to see what I'll be playing as well. We've been having a decent week, I'll say. So, follow along and see how well we do for the rest of the week. If you do like the breakdowns of these matches, please give this video a like. It goes a super long way. And if you'd like to get my picks as soon as we upload, subscribe. And let's try and get the sub count up. We're almost at 400. We're so close. And let's try and get it to 500. But before even saying that, thank you guys. Everyone who's been watching, everyone who's been here, I appreciate you all. It's been sick. We literally have jumped hundreds of followers in months. So this is very good progress. I'm happy to have people here riding with me. Happy to keep climbing. Happy to keep going. I do this every day. We want to do this every day. So stick around. Don't forget, there is a link in the pinned comment if you would like to donate. And there's also a free Discord where it's been popping off recently. We got some people with some great picks in there outside of me. Come check out what the other Gators got. Got some other Gators in there going pretty crazy. So get yourself involved in the entire community. It's free. Not asking for a single thing. Just if you're feeling generous, it's there to do so. And with that being said, I know it's a little bit over. What? And when I say what, I mean what are we looking like today? Wow. Before I had to go to work today, I got a bit of the Rublev match. Lost the first tiebreak, won the second one, ended up winning the match. What a taxing match to watch. What an emotional match for Rublev. It felt so good to bet on Rublev and see him win that one. That one specifically, he needed that win, man. I think he's okay with losing after the next one, but he needed that win. And it was good to see him get it. We have him paired with Ben Shelton minus 3.5 on the game spread still. We'll see what we get. It's been some weird stuff going on in Cincinnati. So I know we love the American soil, but what the fuck? Cincinnati, I'm planning on being there next year. I hope we don't have the same issues when I'm there. That's all I'm going to say. You got fire alarms, heat exhaustion. That's outside you guys' control, but wow. We took Opelka 2-0 set betting. He lost in 3 to Comesana. After he lost the first one. After he won the first one. It was getting iffy. We had some heat exhaustion. Comesana threw up in a bag. There was so much going on today. So much going on yesterday. So much going on this week. So we carry on. That's all I can say. We can only carry on. So, with that being said, let us carry on as we do, and do so well, may I add. We're going to just jump into it, right? So, round 4 of the ATP Masters in Cincinnati. We are starting off so strong. Our first match is going to be, you guys ready for this? First match, Francis Tiafoe going against Auger-Aliassime. Whew. They played each other only once last year, but guess where it was? It was here. Tiafoe lost the first set. It was in the semifinals. Tiafoe won. Tiafoe made it to the finals last year? You know that. Anyway, Tiafoe won in 3 sets. Third set tiebreak. Very, very, very crazy win to have over Auger-Aliassime. And it's their only head-to-head so far. And then they're playing early. Both these guys, I feel like we can put their serves kind of in the same place. Both got a pretty hard serve. Tiafoe, I feel like he got slighter edge with the humidity out on the courts and stuff, and how hot it is, and it being American soil and it's early, I say that he gets a big crowd there, even though it's early. A decent crowd for him. Might be pissed off if he's playing early, though. I know Tiafoe does not like to play early because people don't show up. So if he doesn't have a big crowd, that is a big worry. That is a big worry. He's the underdog. I think he's plus 112, if I'm not mistaken. Plus 118. 2.18 on the decimal for you guys. Rune is the favorite at minus 144. I think it's like 1.7, something like that. 1.6 or 7, some around that range. Now, because of the day that we had yesterday with Center not getting us a certified smoke, I just think that it's best to take Tiafoe for a set here. I think he wins the match. I would love to make him the certified smoke, but to get us some get back, Tiafoe for a set is minus 220. It's a great parlay piece for tomorrow. It's a great parlay piece for tomorrow. So I know my Tiafoe 2-1 didn't work last match. I think we get it in this one. We got it before. I think we get it in this one. Hoger's been playing a lot of straight sets, but when he goes against somebody good, and I will put Popyrin and Tiafoe kind of at the same level, because if you don't get a perfect Tiafoe, you get a really good Popyrin, in my opinion. Some may disagree with that, but I think if you get a really good Tiafoe is dog walking over a Popyrin who beat Rune in 3 sets just in Toronto. So I would put Tiafoe winning again. Now we've had some good form from Rune, so let's keep that clear. It may be time to go for the over 9.5 games in the first set for this one. They have it. Is it up yet? Let me see. I have to check somewhere else. It's all right. Won't take us long. It's minus 185. So it's plus money for it to go to 12 games in the first set, though. Plus 160. 2.6 in the decimal. I'm not too mad at it. I just feel more comfortable taking Tiafoe for the set. You know? Him going over 12.5 games would be crazy for me to take that instead of just taking his money line, which is plus money, right? Him to win the first set is plus 105, 0.205 on the decimal, or 2.05 on the decimal. So, and my heart and soul is saying GATAH. Tiafoe's going to do this thing. It's early in Cincinnati. He's did the same thing to this guy in Cincinnati before. He's going to want to get some revenge. Don't let him. That's what my brain is telling me. What the numbers tell me is that beating Mickelson and Sefulin and going to a tiebreak in each is a little bit less impressive than beating Caballas, Baena, and Humpert. Actually, no. I feel like beating Ugo, only playing a few matches on the hard court recently, isn't saying much. So Hoger's going to test him. So what is it to go to 3 sets? Plus 105. I would make that the certified smoke, honestly, just so that, if you guys wanted to go crazy with that, that's what you can do. Without going on picking a side. Tiafoe to win in straights is 270 plus 270. Him to win 2-1, I'm sorry, is plus 310. So 4.1 on the decimal. Yeah, man. I'll come back to that, but you guys know what I want to do. Y'all know what I'm trying to do. I want to go Big Foe. I might sprinkle some on Big Foe. Well, let me not get too stuck on that. That's the first match. So as we move on, we go into another banger. We got Yannick Sinner going against Adrian Mannarino. And would you believe me if I told you that they've played each other only on the hard courts, and Sinner's won every time? But he dropped a set 3 years ago to him in Montreal. But Mannarino just came off of beating Tommy Paul. That was an exhausting match for that guy, no question. He's tired after that match, no question. Yannick Sinner to win in straights is minus 475. I'm not touching the over for Yannick after what I saw. I was going back and forth between him and Diallo was the one that did it. So sad. So sad. But it is what it is. The spread for this match is at probably 5.5. It's at 6.5. Oh my gosh. It's minus 165 if you take them at 5.5. Sinner's been covering that spread, but only once in this tournament. Diallo literally took him to the tiebreak, and that's what caused that to happen. I put it on the distractions that took place in that match, honestly. There was a lot of weirdness happening throughout that entire match. But level, though. Diallo came with some level in that second set. No question about that. I'm super excited to see them play each other again. I hope they play each other twice more this year before the year is done. I would love to see the third time they go. I feel like Diallo can beat Yannick, bro. The nerves were there in that first set, but he got comfortable. If he goes against him in the Masters, he's taking a set off him. Not a Masters, a Grand Slam. If he sees him in the U.S. Open, I will put money on that. I will put money on it. Anyway, I digress. Sinner wins. He's minus 2,500 to win. So, I mean, let's move on. Next, we have a match that, honestly, this is a... Whew, there's some bangers coming on tomorrow. Jesus. All right, this was going to be a long match, I'm afraid, if the heat doesn't get to these guys. We got Felix Auger-Aliassime going against Benjamin Bonzi, who surprisingly, but not too surprisingly to me, I told you that Ben Bonzi was going to be able to beat Tsitsipas, man. And he did. Felix got a pretty easy pass. He got the first set off of Rinderknecht, and then Rinderknecht just died on the court in a shadow somewhere and is retired. He couldn't do it in the heat. It's so hot up there, dude. I don't know what's going on in Cincinnati, but it's hot as hell. It's just as hot as it was over here, though. That's what I'm so confused about. Bro, it was like 95 one day when I was out there, bro. In DC, when I was down in DC, bro, it was like 95. Humidity was at 80%. On first round day. It was hot as hell. I was watching Gael Monfils and Nick Kyrgios get their ass smoked in that heat. They was not trying to be outside. It was just too hot. All of these people that have been throwing in the towel in Cincinnati have not been to DC. That's something I've noticed. They haven't been used to this heat. They're getting used to it now, and they're not able to adjust. It's not good for them. So we got Tsitsipas getting smoked in the last two sets by Bonzi. And then we have Felix, who's played 3.5 sets in his Masters so far. So he's well rested, and he'll be playing in the heat as well. We got two good servers going against each other. Who's the better one? I say that this goes to a third set, just because I think Bonzi can get a set, dude. And I know Felix is going to get one. But who gets the third is the question. I would just say off of like the amount of time being in the sun, Felix would win. Because the Sun is the biggest opponent so far at this tournament. I think the one person that needs to be in this draw that isn't is the fucking Sun. He is undefeated in the draw as well. He beat Arthur Rinderknecht. Who else he beat? The Sun been going crazy. Mensik, got rid of Mensik. Sun beat Mensik today as well. He threw in the towel. We'll get into that soon. Anyway, matter of fact, let's just move on. I'm digressing too much. I had a long day at work. Forgive me. This video shouldn't be that long. I'm getting too into it. Next, we have Taylor Fritz going against Terrence Atmane, who is the lefty that is still around. Is he the sole? Nope, besides Ben Shelton. He is the other one. And they played each other just last year in Shanghai. Remember, Atmane took him to 2 tie breaks. Those were 2 really close chances. And it went 7-6, 7-6, right? But in the first set, it went 7-4 Fritz in the tie break. And then in the next set, it went 7-5. I think given how this kid's been playing, he's going to be giving Taylor Fritz a little bit of an issue. I think this guy's playing really well. That Fonseca match was crazy. He's beaten Caboli and Fonseca so far. In 5 sets in total. 3 sets on Caboli, 2 in Fonseca. And then, you got Fritz, who got rid of 2 people that he should be beating. Sonego, who he's been beating already. They played him a million times. Now it's like, I think, 7-2 Taylor Fritz in their head-to-head history, so nothing new to him to do that. And then Emilio Nava. But he got really close to giving up a set against this guy 2 times. Those tie breaks could have gone another way. Atmane, looking at the history, right? Fritz is 21-7 on the hard courts. Atmane is 23-13. Ridiculous. 2 more wins over Taylor Fritz, but 6 more losses. He's on a 5-match winning streak since being in Cincinnati. Didn't do too well in Toronto. Lost against Emilio Nava and Facundo Bagnis, but you wouldn't think so with the way he's playing up in Cincinnati. Cincinnati's scared of you, boy. I'll tell you that much. Terrence Atmane getting rid of some folks. So, does he get a set off Taylor Fritz is the real question. That's the honest question. Did we get a 3rd setter here? The kid is plus 680 to win. He may be one of those upsets. Him to get a set is plus 140. Who's brave enough? Who will do it? First set going to a tiebreak is plus 185. It going to a tiebreak at all is minus 135. I'd go for that first set tiebreak. Just why not, I said it about the Opelka match, and it was plus 280. 3.8 on the decimal, and I didn't play it. And I don't think anyone played it. But the first set going to a tiebreak, it hit. I said it. It happens every time we get to this point in any tournament. It happens, and I didn't play it. It is what it is. You live and you learn. Taylor Fritz drops a set here. It's hard to say. The spread at this is 3.5. I think it's a little bit too close. I don't know if he covers that. He may cover a plus 4.5. He may just lose 6-4, 6-4, or 7-5, 7-5. I don't know. This is the game I wouldn't touch the over or under on the total games in the match. I just don't know where this one's going to go. But we know Taylor Fritz is going to win. Right? We know that. We know that. Going against the American #1 on American soil. This is going to be one thing he hasn't had to do yet. So, see him try it against the #1 American. Good luck, Atmane. We'll be watching. Moving right along. Now, Rublev did do us a great deed today by getting the win. But Comesana did give us the upset against our boy Opelka. Opelka was... Never mind. Comesana and Rublev are 60 ranks apart, but they've played each other once before in Wimbledon. Comesana beat him in 4 sets. 4th set tiebreak. Now, there was a point in time where, in that match, as I said earlier, Comesana ended up throwing up in a bag. Like, mid-match. He was up in the break. He was up a break in the 2nd set and threw up in the bag. Went to the bathroom, came back, he was fine. Came back, finished the match. He was all smiles mostly for the entire match, by the way. He was like fine to be in the heat. It just seems like he had a moment where he had to throw up. But he was cool. Rublev played too long of a match for me to want to bet on him again. And he's not going to get past Comesana. I just don't think so. I just don't think so. Comesana is plus 330 to win. Dude. Come on, man. No way. Rublev said he didn't even believe he was going to win that match today. Bro really admitted that he didn't believe in himself, and then he just kept playing and it ended up happening. I don't know what that really says, because he ended up winning, but Comesana to get a set is minus 105. It's got to be plus money somewhere. Dude, after what I saw from Comesana, out of the two, I would say that he's less tired. He played like fractionally less games, not by much. 3 less. 3 less than Rublev did. And they played at scorching hot times of day. They played at the same time. But the Rublev match went on significantly longer. It's plus 240 for Comesana to win the first set, bro. Like, am I bugging? Am I bugging to not want to take Rublev again after what we saw today? He almost lost that match a few times. He just, by some odd graces, he did it. I don't think he can do this again, bro. I don't know what it is. I think this is where the buck stops for Rublev. Call me crazy. Put it in the comments. Let me know. I think Comesana wins. Plus 330. Not going to be in the pinned comment, but I'm playing it. If you listen to the videos and watch them, you heard me say it. I hope other Gators out in the comments. Timestamp it for them. Let them know if they don't catch it. I'm not going to do shit. Check this out. We're going to go into the next match, and this one's going to be another banger. Oh, man. Where is it? Oh, goodness. We got Carlos Alcaraz going against Nardi. And these guys have played each other earlier this year in Doha. Remember that? Went to a 3-setter, funny enough. He dropped the second set to Nardi. They're the same age. One's Italian, one's Spanish. You know, he has a thing for the Italians. But looking at Nardi so far, he got an easy pass through Minchik. Minchik just couldn't do it in the heat. The boy just couldn't do it. But anyway, Nardi is 13-9 this season. Alcaraz is 12-4 on the hard courts. One more win over Alcaraz. 5 more losses. He's not beating Alcaraz, but he did get a set off of him earlier this year. Does he do it again? Does he do it again? Yeah, that was when he lost to fucking Lehecka. That was when Lehecka was hot. Got that win on Alcaraz. But neither of them made it to the final. Rublev and Draper. Rublev taking the title in Doha. So, looking at the match for what it could have in it for us, not much. The spread is at minus 7.5 for Alcaraz. Jesus. Alcaraz to win the first set and get the money line is minus 700. But if Luca Nardi gets the first set and Alcaraz wins, it's plus 800. Which is so ass. Because, like, what if Nardi gets the second set? That's a minus 700 for real? Might as well take it for 2-1. Might as well play the 2-1. 2-1, Alcaraz is plus 390. Nardi getting the first set is plus 550. Oh my gosh. Such crazy numbers. But there's nothing here. Nothing of value here. So we're going to move along. And this is given these next two matches that we're going to go into. These are like not officially what's going to be happening. We're just going to like just take a gander and say this is what's happening. We still have to see who ends up winning between Nakashima and Zverev. We can probably assume it's going to be Zverev. He's already up 5-4 in the second set after taking the first. So, told him to stay away from that backhand. He didn't listen. That backhand been whooping his ass today. Anyway, the next match that we will be having, if Shelton wins his match and if Zverev wins his match, we will have Lehecka going against Ben Shelton. And we know that these guys, their last head-to-head was an emotional one, right? I think it was their only head-to-head. It was on the grass. He beat him in straight sets in the quarterfinal in Stuttgart, right? Then he told him he was a good person or something like that. He was crying or some shit after the loss. But Ben and Yuri, man, that's going to be a testy battle. That's going to be a fun one. That's going to be a fun one, for sure. So, Lehecka is 16-7 on the hard courts this season, as we know, after coming off the win off Adam Walton in straight sets. Bingo, bango. And then Ben Shelton is 19-6 this season. So far, only had to have one match, but he only played a set and a half. And Ugo was hurt, so he backed out. And now we'll see what he does against Batista Agut whenever Cincinnati gets their systems working. Hopefully he gets it done here and he goes against Lehecka. But if he does, I have to go against Lehecka. Be a fun one. I think this will be a 3-setter as well. I think Lehecka's gotten a lot better since he had to pop back onto the hard courts. Even though he dropped a set to Boyer, Boyer's been playing really well. And I'm pretty sure his rank is like, yeah, he's getting there. He's reclimbing. It'll change soon. It'll update soon. But we got only 2 matches to look at. So going off of Yuri in Cincinnati, he's been playing really well. We got to see what Ben's looking like to really say. But based on what we saw in Toronto and what we saw in DC, guy is in good shape to take the set. The first set is the most important for him. But as we saw in the final, he can still come back and win 2 more sets after being down. So didn't go to a tiebreak in their last match, but I feel like it will in this one. I feel like a tiebreak is amongst them. Been happening a lot for Yuri for sure. Except for the Tristan Boyer match. He plays tiebreaks with some of the best. When he plays against the best, he gets in tiebreaks. Demonar, Fritz, and now soon to be Ben Shelton. I can see it. Went to a tiebreak with Alcaraz. Not gonna lie to you, man. Yuri is. I don't know how is Yuri against lefties. He beat Jack Draper in London. That's your answer. So we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. That will be an exciting one. I'll get off early tomorrow, so I won't be able to talk about these. And then we have Zverev and Khachanov, which they just played each other, right? So Zverev's going to be dusting him. Not much to really have to go in about that one. Might be a 3-setter, who knows? But I think Zverev gets his lick back after losing to Khachanov in Toronto. I think he takes over. I'm not going to say he wins. I would root for Khachanov to win again. But Zverev does have that record on him. Those past 3 wins on the hard courts. So there's no picks for the last 2 I've spoken about, but just to go through everything again, for the Tiafoe and Rune match, I do like Tiafoe to win on American soil in 3 sets. I will take him for a set, most likely, just to get us some decent money to root for. And yeah, it's up to you, whatever you want to do with that match. If you think Rune is going to win, let me know in the comments. I would love to see and hear why. Center and Mannarino. Center all the way. Maybe covering the spread, I don't know. I think Mannarino may be able to cover a spread this time. He's been playing really well, but he may be too tired to. So, Felix and Bonzi, I think that goes to a 3-setter. Honestly, I think Bonzi somehow can get himself a set. So if you want to put money on that, go ahead. But I think Felix should take this. But I don't be surprised if Bonzi wins. That's why I don't have an official pick for the money line on that one. Fritz and Atmane. Fritz is going to win. Probably cover the spread. I don't think I have a pick for that. For sure. And then I have Comesana and Rublev. I like Comesana winning. Straight up. Nardi and Alcaraz. Alcaraz in straights. No worth nothing. Nardi did get a set on him before, so maybe take him for a set. Want to get some money. It's very profitable. It would be fun to root for him, but you saw what he did to Medjedovic, so maybe not. And then the Lehecka and Shelton we'll have to see, and Zverev and Khachanov we'll have to see. But that will cut off and continue. That'll be everything for today. Sorry the video is coming out so late. I literally worked all day today, and I have to work all day tomorrow, first thing in the morning. So I'm going right to bed. I'm gassed. My eyes feel like sawdust. So forgive me. Thank you guys for listening to me ramble for a brief minute. Getting my mind clear. So hopefully this was clear enough for you guys all to enjoy. But I'll catch you on the next one. Love you all. Be smooth. Bet well, bet wisely. Don't forget there's a free Discord. And check the pinned comment. Peace.